Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. We're back at the squid farm, and I made a pretty stupid mistake. Something that I didn't realize. Someone was kind enough to point it out to me on Twitter. This isn't actually all river biome. It turns out that there's actually a Birch Forest biome right in the middle of where we built the squid farm. So, let's see if I can actually fly, please. There we go. So if we land on top of our AFK platform here, all of this that's marked out with stone, that's actually all Birch Forest. So roughly half of our squid farm that we built is not actually valid spawning space. How did I not catch this? I don't know. Someone noticed it when I was running across here with the F3 screen turned up, and it turns out, yeah, there's a birch forest right in the middle of the squid. There was not a single birch tree here. This was all underwater, but it turns out that this is all birch forest. So none of this is valid spawning space, which means like half of our farm is completely useless. Oh, I'm a genius. There's also another problem, and this I kind of knew would be a problem, but I didn't realize how big of a problem it would be. This one, thankfully, should be a little bit easier to fix, I think, and that is that the minecarts will shift. They'll change spaces, or they'll stop entirely when these chunks get unloaded. So what we need to do to fix that is basically we need essentially like an on-off switch, where we can, when we're done using the farm, depower all of these powered rails, and then that will essentially allow the minecarts to come to a complete stop here, and then when we want to use it, we just hit the switch and turn it back on. That should be a fairly easy fix, I think. Oh, except this hopper is right here. So let's see if we can kind of figure out a way to fix that together first. I think let's just tear a little bit out right here. What we need to do, let's see. So we need to find a way for these torches to be inverted. So let's just grab a redstone box here. And if I grab that and a lever, if I put some redstone dust here and I do that, that does nothing, basically. What's on top of these hoppers? Yeah, or repeaters are. Okay. So what if we put a redstone torch right here instead? That would depower this one. And then we can get our minecart and stuff back. So here's what we need to do then, is basically put a row of redstone torches underneath all of these. Oh, I still have my beacon over here, don't I? Okay, that's fine. So we need a row of redstone torches underneath, and then we need the ability to turn those redstone torches on and off. And then what should eventually happen is as the carts work their way back, they should come to a complete stop right here. And you can see that some of them have kind of like switched tracks. I think we can deal with this fairly easily. I might have to move this row of hoppers down a couple of levels or something, but this shouldn't be too bad. It's just this one, right? This is like the one hopper right here that's going to cause a little bit of an issue. Although maybe we could just remove some of these hoppers so that this hopper line comes from here instead. I don't know. I'm going to do a little bit of work on this, guys. I'll be back in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. I've done a bit of work. I ended up moving the item elevator a few blocks this way and turning it into a bubble vader. And then I also made an on-off switch for the minecarts down there. So you can see right now all the minecarts are on. And if we flip this switch, they all turn off. So you can see now they're all off, and the minecarts will slowly kind of creep in and get to where they need to go, so that, you know, we're basically going to have to make sure that all of the minecarts are where they're supposed to be before we leave and go through the nether portal. Are these ones stuck? They shouldn't be. I didn't leave or anything. What's going on with these 2 minecarts? Oh, how did they switch tracks? That doesn't make sense. What is going on there? Okay. Something here is not right. I'm thinking maybe if I like... uh-oh. Let me just pop up over here real quick, because something is not working as intended. Is there a minecart or something? What is going on with these? I haven't left the area. That's the weird thing. Like, somehow they're still switching tracks, and that doesn't make sense, like, at all. Why would they switch? I mean, I would understand if I, like, left the area or chunk borders or something wacky like that, but that's not what's going on. Something here is really messed up. Maybe it's just lag or something? I don't know. This is rather frustrating. Okay, well, I thought I had a good fix, but something is definitely very wrong. Anyway, let's look at the redstone. So I ended up making torches here and then a second torch one. This one, in retrospect, probably wasn't necessary, but I was trying to find a way to do this without doing the without moving the item elevator. And when this stuff was up here, it interfered with where the item elevator used to be, which was like right here. And then by the time I realized, you know what, the easiest way to do this is just move the item elevator. I already had these in place, so I just left them. It's probably a little bit more redstone resources and stuff than is actually necessary, but, like, whatever. We still have those 2 carts, though, that are all messed up, and I don't know how in the world we can go about fixing that. Because, I mean, if it's going to glitch out while I'm still here, and the chunks aren't being loaded or unloaded, like, what do you do in that situation? There's not really much you can do about it, you know? Like, I can push that one to fix it. You guys will have to see if you can, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how to fix that, because if it's gonna continuously glitch out, then either I'm gonna have to rethink the whole minecart thing and redo that entire minecart track, which means basically I would have to redo the entire farm. I don't know. I'm just like, Anyway, I have other things that I want to do today, so I'm going to get everything cleaned up here. I've already packed up all the stuff that was in random chests and things like that. And now I'm just going to go ahead and head home, put the stuff away, and then we'll move on to the next thing for today's episode. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is take care of a little bit of business in the shopping district. So first off, if we head over to our glass shop, I want to check and see how we're doing for sales here. I think someone may have bought some stuff. Let's see, that's completely, wow, holy cow, someone bought us out of, wow, that is a lot of sales. Okay, so we have some restocking to do there. It's like a stack and a half of diamonds. And then let's check these as well. Okay, we need 2 cyan. We've sold a bunch of lime as well. We've sold some red. We've sold some white. Okay, so we got almost 2 stacks of diamonds there. I brought 1 shulker box of glass, thinking that this would be enough to fully restock everything, but it looks like that's not even going to be close. So I need to fill up 3 of these. Yeah, I got to fill up 3 of these shulker boxes, or 3 full chests, 3 full double chests of glass, plus some lime, and some red, and some cyan. Wow, this shop is turning into a very profitable endeavor. I'm extremely happy about this. Let's actually start turning some of these into diamond blocks. We actually have diamond blocks. I think that's the first time of Season 6 that I've actually had enough diamonds to justify making diamond blocks. This is awesome. Okay, so I will work on restocking that in just a little bit. But first, I want to deal with this as well, because Mumbo is back from his trip to the Philippines. You may remember, we did erect a spoiler wall for him because of his spoiler shop that he forgot to make the spoiler wall for, of course. And he was supposed to put the payment into my mailbox, but he put it into this chest instead. And you know what? It's okay. I'll let it slide. He did pay up, so it's all good. But now that he's back, the spoiler wall is unnecessary. And to be entirely honest, having this giant dirt blob in the shopping district does not look very good. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the spoiler wall. And you know what? Because I'm a nice guy, I'll even do it free of charge. Much better. Now that that's all taken care of, we've gotten rid of the giant dirt, the dirt blob. And you know, it always amazes me in this game, the difference between the time it takes to build something like that versus the time it takes to take it down. I think when I built the spoiler wall, it took me about half an hour or so. Tearing it down took like 5 minutes. One of those things, I guess. But I think I should probably restock the glass shop before I forget about it. And actually, you know what? While I'm at it, we might as well check the bush shop as well. Let's just peek. I don't think this will have to be restocked. Oh, got a couple more sales there. Oh, someone gave me... Okay, yeah, we're good. Cool. So that is also good to go. I should probably restock that fairly soon, but I think that'll be okay. So I'm going to fly. Come on, you can do it. There we go. So what did I need? I needed like 6 shulker boxes of sand. Yeah, 6 to 7 shulker boxes of sand to restock the glass shop. I don't know that I have that much sand. How much have I got? I have about 2 shulker boxes right now, which isn't bad. That's a decent amount. But I think we'll have, I'll need to get some of that like smelting up and all that kind of good stuff. And also we need, I'm gonna need more shulker boxes, honestly, pretty soon here, because I'm using, like, the way that my storage system, you know, air quotes, the way that my quote-unquote storage system works is basically that when I run out of space in a chest, I nest a new shulker box in there. So I'm gonna need some new shulker boxes, and I think now that I actually have the money, I have enough diamonds to do this, I think I'm gonna go and buy a ton of shulker boxes. And I don't know who's selling them cheaper right now, Tango or Python, but either way, I think it would be good. We can just put these over there. Let's just do that. There we go. You know what? And this is the other weird thing. I've changed the name of this shulker box back to the default like several times, and it just does not change back. It's kind of driving me insane. But tell you what, let's grab our diamonds. Let's go see if we can buy a bunch of shulker boxes. And while I'm doing that, let's talk a little bit about a couple of kind of Hermitcraft administrative announcements that I think are important for you guys to know. So first and foremost, Hermitcraft is having a panel at Minecon Earth. Minecon Earth is essentially going to be a live stream. There is like an audience that will be there for it, but the tickets were done via like a raffle or something like that, so you can't get tickets anymore. But they are doing a panel, and the panel does include a Q&A from a bunch of different hermits. I think off the top of my head, it's Mumbo, Iskall, Stress, Rendog, and Cub, I think, are the hermits that are able to go, that are going to the panel. Let's see, 2 for 8. I unfortunately will not be able to go. There's basically the whole thing is run by Mojang / Microsoft, and they due to essentially like money reasons, they can't just have everybody come. So there was a limit to how many people were able to go, and that's fine. I would love to go if I could, but you can't. Sometimes you just can't go to these types of things, and it is what it is. But it is going to be in Boston. There's a meetup as well. But as far as the Q&A goes, there is a Reddit thread in the Hermitcraft subreddit, which I will link in the description. I'll put a link directly to the thread, where you can post questions that the people on the panel can pick from and choose what they want. Okay, so 2 for 8. Yeah, so basically it's the same price here. So tell you what, I will get 2 of tangos, and then I'll get the rest from Python. Spread it around a little bit. But anyway, so if you want to ask a question that might be answered during the panel, I'll post a link in the description to the Reddit thread where you guys can do that. Secondly, Hermitcraft Livestream Day. This coming Saturday, the 22nd of September, we're having another Hermitcraft Livestream Day. So if you're interested in going, if you want to see that, I will post a link in the description as well to the schedule for the Hermitcraft Livestream Day. I think apparently we're going to be focusing kind of mostly on the shopping district, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. You know what? I'm kind of thinking that I'm just going to buy a stack of diamonds worth of shulker boxes here. I think that's probably what we should do, because I need shulker boxes in large, massive quantities. So there we go. That should last us for a while. I'm hoping. Also, hi. Yeah. But anyway, so if you want to see the schedule, once again, link in the description. Look in the description. There's a bunch of important stuff in there. Yeah, that's that. So now I'm going to go and smelt up a massive quantity of sand and get that all done, restock the shop, and then we'll move on to something else. Actually, you know what? One thing I've just thought about before I'm still on the let's restock the glass shop phase. But one thing that I just thought about, I'm gonna have to smelt up all this glass, and I think Exuma just reduced his price. Yeah, 1 diamond for 2 stacks of dried kelp. That is a pretty good deal, I think. So I am going to buy a fairly significant amount of this stuff. Let's just put all of this coal and stuff away. And let's go... well, there's 27 in here, so if I buy all but 1, and then we go boop, 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 like so, right? That should be 13, I believe. And that should be enough. That should be 2, because there's 27, 13 times 2 would be 26. We're leaving 1 behind. So there we go. That is quite a bit of fuel. And I think that will allow us to get through this. Oh, I thought I put it in a shulker box. I guess I didn't. Good job, self. Put it away. There we go. That should allow us to keep our furnaces, our stuff over there, fueled in our super smelter for quite a while, I think. All right, the glass shop is now completely and fully restocked. So all the chests are completely full. It actually took a couple of hours, and most of that time was spent waiting on the sand to smelt into glass. So I'm thinking in the future, probably the relatively near future, I think I want to make a bigger, better super smelter. Because right now we have like this little 16 furnace smelter, which is good for the most part. Like if you just need a couple things smelted up pretty quick, you know, a stack of food or whatever, it's great for that. But when it comes to these big smelting jobs where you're smelting up, you know, shulker boxes of sand at a time, it's just not that fast. It takes quite a while. So I think at some point I want to make a much larger super smelter, maybe like a 64, or honestly probably like 128 furnace super smelter array. And actually, since we won Dig My Bits, which means we essentially have access to unlimited free iron, that wouldn't be unrealistic. We can afford all of the hoppers and stuff. I mean, in the time that it took to smelt all that stuff up, I got almost an entire 9 stacks of sugarcane from this pretty small sugarcane farm. That's another thing that I want to do at some time is, at some point, is probably expand this farm and make it a bit bigger. But that's all projects for another day. So I think what I want to do now is I want to do a little bit of work. Oof, man, taking a while to eat that food there. I think I want to do a little bit of work in the modern district. So let's grab just a couple of stacks, maybe like 6 stacks each of sand and gravel. And I want to then grab some ink sacks, maybe like 2 stacks of that, and then some bone meal. Because I think I want to redo the roads in the modern district, and I'm probably not going to get all of this done today because it's actually a pretty big project, and I think this would actually be a great live stream project to completely finish that, or to completely finish this. But, oh, actually, before I go, there's one other thing I need to grab as well, and that is some stone. Shulker box of stone. Got it. Because we're going to need stone. I don't know if I'm going to need stone slabs or stone bricks yet, but wow. Imagine a world where you can jump off of a cliff and still not have your elytra activate in time. Please, server. There we go. I mean, there's a number of people online right now. I don't know. Usually it's Exuma who's the culprit because he AFKs at his guardian farm and there's oceans all around him, and then you get the COD, and the COD AI just destroys, like, everything. While we're over here, we might as well check our mailbox. Oh, I've got mail. Jingled again. Really? Ah, the jingler. I don't know who the jingler is. It's not me. I think Joe Hills did an extensive investigation and determined that the most likely culprit was Cub Fan, but anyway, let's start working a little bit on these roads. And I'm thinking, where do we want to start these? Probably like right up here. Probably right over here, kind of by the post office. I think this is going to be the best spot. Well, then again, we've also got this. Why don't we start maybe over here a bit, at this corner? So, let's see. The post office goes here, so we'll probably want to go like this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we want to make 7 wide roads, because if they're going to be roads, you want to have roads that are essentially 2 lanes wide, so that people can, you know, put cars on either sides. And a car in Minecraft usually is 3 or 4 blocks wide. I think this one over here is 3. But most designs are either 3 or 4 blocks wide. I think if we were to make a 9 wide road, though, for this, that'd probably be a bit too much. So I think 7 blocks is a good size here for the roads. So let's kind of go something like this. And I know that Jevin, Python, and Cub, maybe? I think it was Jevin, Python, and Cub did some work a while back, maybe a couple months, well, maybe not months, but not super long ago, trying to figure out like a good design for the roads. And they came up with a couple of things, but I've talked with them and they said, yeah, if you come up with a better idea, by all means, feel free to change it. So that's essentially what I'm going to try to do here. So we're going to try a couple of things. Also, I need a little bit of white concrete powder. So I think concrete powder makes a great road. But I'm kind of looking at this and going, yeah, we probably want dark gray, I think, for the actual road itself. I think dark gray will go like here. Right? Something like this. And then, or actually, here's a thought. Let's try a couple of things here. First of all, let's get rid of this. And this is going to be like our little test dummy. The nice thing is there's not really that much stuff that's actually built directly on the roads. So we can work around most of this. The only part that's going to be a little tricky and we may not be able to do much is over here where Jevin and Python's starter houses are. Because we've got a house that's right up against the road over here and a house that's right up against the road here. If we make this 7 wide, that's gonna cause some issues, I think. So we'll hold off on that for now. But for now, it's just kind of about getting like a little bit of a template to work with. So here's what I'm thinking. Please fly. There we go. So yeah, here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna land up here. We're gonna go right about here or so, and we'll say this is our first little road section. Actually not right there. Just kidding. Only kidding. Promise. Let's actually grab some of these, make some stone bricks, and do some stone brick stairs. And then we'll do something along these lines, right? And that'll be kind of like the border of the road. And then I guess down here is where we would put the actual road itself. With gray concrete powder. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then you might as well extend this out a little bit. Just so you guys can kind of get a better feel for it. So we'll go like so. And then the stone brick will kind of come out like that. And then down the middle here, we'll do a little bit of white concrete powder. And then coming back this way would be the road again. And I'll just kind of clear that out. And we'll still be able to do like changes here, right? Where the road will go in different directions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be like an angle. This would be like a corner right here. Like so. And we'd say, let's see, where's our center point on this, right? Right here. So like right there. That would be our white line. And that'd be where it would turn. And then it would continue in that direction like so, right? And then what we would have is on this side, you'd have your curb. So to be something like this. And then I'm thinking up here for maybe like 2 blocks. I'm going to get rid of this tree. Can I reach the top? I can. Good. I'm thinking for like 2 blocks on either side of the road itself. You go with like a light gray concrete powder to represent like a sidewalk. Something like that. And then over here, ultimately, we would do the same. And we'll probably have to fill in this hole right here. But that shouldn't be too bad. So something like that. And that also means we'd probably be getting rid of this as well. So we can just fill in this whole thing and go like so. And then this is our road that goes like so. Now, the lights, I like this light design. I think it's a decent design for a street light. But obviously they're not going to be able to go right in the middle of the road. I'm thinking what we probably want is lights spaced evenly on either side of this. I think that would be the way to go. Just kind of looking at it. Yeah. So you'd have like a light here and here. And then, you know, we would space them out at certain levels of spacing. I think it'll look fine. But this is kind of what I'm leaning towards doing. Something like this. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it, because I'm really not sure. Like, I think this is what we want to do. And obviously, this is going to be way more than just this little bit right here. I think this is going to be something we're going to want to do ultimately to the entire modern district. So all the roads will end up going into this kind of style. But for the time being, we'll just do something along these lines. And then, you know, people would build their houses past the sidewalk right here. So I think that would be good. I unfortunately am out of time for today's episode though, guys. So I think I gotta call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.